Good afternoon and welcome to Tea Time Tuesday with Lady Estelle. I have another treat for you today. Today I am going to we're going to enjoy some of my literary teas. Remember we were talking about the literary teas that I buy, and they're from Simpson and Vail. I absolutely love them. And so today we're going to be having tea with Jane Austen. Jane Austen is awesome. I absolutely love all of her works. And I just bought a collection of some of her best works as books to have for my library. And so today we're going to have the literary tea by Simpson and Vail, Jane Austen's blend. It's a wonderful black tea, and it's mixed with, it has a hint of spearmint and lavender flowers, which makes it so wonderful. I absolutely love them. They have such great blends. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I put a little bit in my hand and see if you can see. You can see the blend of lavender buds. I don't think, yes, you can see the lavender buds in the tea. It's black tea. So we're going to have that today. So before I tell you about the book that I'm reading and show you my collection that I just got, I want to once again prepare my tea for this afternoon. So we're going to take a nice heaping, smells wonderful. I love spearmint and peppermint and any kind of mint. I love mint tea. So we're going to take a nice heaping teaspoon and we're going to put that in there. Now today I am just struggling a little bit with my eyesight, so if I'm kind of not talking and I'm going to be paying attention to what I'm doing because I don't want to have any kind of spillage. So I'm going to pour my hot water into my teacup, and I'm using my fancy teacup that I used last week. I absolutely fell in love with it, and we're going to let me pay attention here and pour my hot water over my tea leaves and get that steeping. So while that is steeping, I want to introduce you to this wonderful collection that I just bought of Jane Austen's. These are some of her best works, the greatest works. And in here, you're going to have Pride and Prejudice, obviously, Sense and Sensitivity, which is one of my special ones that I absolutely love. And then you have Emma, you have Mansfield Park, and Persuasion. So these are the top ones. She's written many ones that I'm learning about. These books are for my collection. Because of my vision, I am not able to actually read them, but I really would like to have them for my collection. So what I'm doing is I have ordered from the library, from the Perkins Library, and what this is from the Perkins Library. It's an audio book, and this reads the story to me in a wonderful way. I love it because they have the wonderful accents, while they're telling the story, and you get a sense that Jane Austen is talking to you and telling you the story as she's writing, as you as her audience. It's wonderful. It's a great a great help and aid for someone who's visually impaired. Now, this one that I'm listening to tells a little bit about more of her works. We have the Northerners. We have the Northerner Abbey, which I really like. This is the one I'm on now. And then it has one of her books is Lady Susan. I don't know if you've heard of that one. The Waltons and Sanderson. So these are some of her works. The latter two were not very much completed, and Sanderson was the works that she was working on before she passed on. So and these works were given by her nephew. In writing on her biography and writing about her, he introduced folks to these last two incomplete stories. So we have them. They're wonderful. What I like about Jane Austen is her language, because she's speaking to folks of her era, and such grace and such even when there's a not so nice scene of supposedly be horror, it's not like blood and guts like the 21st century. It's still tolerable. There's the vulgarity is, you laugh because it's something that you can repeat, because it's not the 21st century vulgarity. So they do have villains, bad women, good women. It's a little bit of comedy, also about grace and the style and partying, and it kind of glorifies the era a little bit. But it also is, you can see how she is such a revolutionary woman, because she is talking about how women were always seen as not being smart, just being stupid, and how women played on that to be able to get their husbands, and just to use it to their advantage, to be able to tolerate their lives and the things that they did to just enjoy their living, and the scenery. The way they describe the scenery is so beautiful. It's very, very picturesque. So I'm enjoying these stories immensely. It's a step back in time, and I just absolutely, from listening to these stories, just sitting there with my eyes closed and listening to these stories and not struggling to read the words, I have fallen in love with the novelist so much more. So let's have a sip of this wonderful tea and see. I've had it before, so I know that I really enjoy it. I think I have a lot of, I can see a lot of grains in my tea. As I said, I'm having some visual problems today, so it's pretty grainy, but it's still going to be quite delicious. So I'm going to lift up my cup to you today, and we're going to say Happy Tea Time Tuesday. Lift up your cup and take a sip. I hope that you are having a good day as I am. It's very relaxing and very peaceful. And I'm so happy that I was able to come and have Tea Time Tuesday with you, because, as I said, it was a struggle to get ready today because of my vision today. So here we take a sip. I can just smell it. It's wonderful. Mm. Yep. A lot of grains, but it's quite delicious anyway. We must have another sip together. So as I said, I hope that you're having a wonderful Tea Time Tuesday, and be able to get to enjoy um, Jane Austen and some of her novels. She's a great novelist. I want you to hear at the end of this. I can't play a lot of the tape because you're not allowed to tape any portion of the tape. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what I'm listening to. Okay, so have a good Tuesday, and I shall see you next Tuesday. Here we go.
Henry at her heart and Northanger Abbey on her lips, she hurried home to write her letter. Mr. and Mrs. Morland, relying on the discretion of the friends to whom they had already entrusted their daughter, felt no doubt of the propriety of an acquaintance which had been formed under their eye, and sent therefore by return of post their ready consent to
Isn't
her
that
visit in
wonderful?
Gloucestershire.
I'll see
This
you next
indulgence,
week.
though not more than Catherine had hoped for,